Ode to the West Wind by Percy Bysshe Shelley. P. Shelley was a major figure among the English Romantic poets. Shelley led an unconventional life and died tragically young. Shelley was born on 4th August 1792 near Horsham in Sussex. His father was a member of Parliament. Shelley was educated at Eton and at Oxford University. There, he began to read radical writers such as Tom Paine and William Godwin. In 1811, he was expelled for his contribution to a pamphlet supporting atheism. In 1814, Shelley fell in love with Mary, the 16-year-old daughter of writers William Godwin and Mary Wollstonecraft. The couple traveled together in Europe and spent the summer of 1816 at Lake Geneva with Lord Byron. Shelley wrote poetry and Mary conceived the idea for her novel Frankenstein. In December 1816, Shelley and Mary were married. Just a few weeks after Harriet, his first wife, had drowned herself. In 1818, Shelley took his family to Italy, where they moved from city to city. Two of the Shelley's children died, and Mary herself suffered a nervous breakdown. Nonetheless, this was the most productive period of Shelley's life. Poems included Prometheus Unbound (1818 to 1819) and Adonis (1821), inspired by the death of his friend and fellow poet John Keats. In April 1822, the Shelleys settled on the Bay of Lerici on the northwestern Italian coast. On 8th July, Shelley was returning from visiting his friends Lord Byron and James Leigh Hunt when his boat overturned and he was drowned. He was cremated and his ashes placed in the Protestant cemetery in Rome, where Keats was also buried. An ode is a typical lyrical stanza. It is an elaborately structured poem praising or glorifying an event or individual, describing nature intellectually as well as emotionally. Ode to the West Wind is a lyric poem that addresses the west wind as a powerful force and asks it to scatter the poet's words throughout the world. A lyric poem presents the deep feelings and emotions of the poet rather than telling a story or presenting a witty observation. The major themes of Ode to the West Wind are the restlessness and brooding, the rebellion against authority, the interchange with nature, the power of the visionary imagination and poetry, the pursuit of ideal love, the untamed spirit ever in search of freedom. Shelley's idealism is best expressed in Ode to the West Wind. He was revolutionary in nature and was very much dissatisfied with the existing order that prevailed in England during that time. He rebelled against political tyranny, orthodox religion, and believed that war made the life of mankind unhappy and miserable. Shelley sought to liberate mankind from the shackles of political, religious, and intellectual slavery, which is very much clear in Ode to the West Wind. Shelley believed in the perfectibility of human nature. The poem Ode to the West Wind consists of 5 sections, also known as cantos, written in terza rima. Each section consists of 4 tercets and a rhyming couplet. The ode is written in iambic pentameter. The poem begins with 3 sections describing the wind's effects upon earth, air, and ocean. In the last 2 sections, the poet speaks directly to the wind, asking for its power to lift him up and make him its companion in its wanderings. The poem ends with an optimistic note, which is that if winter days are here, then spring is not very far. A tercet is a unit of 3 lines that usually contain end rhyme. A couplet is a 2 line unit that usually contains end rhyme. Shelley wrote the tercets in a verse form called terza rima, invented by Dante, used in his The Divine Comedy. In this format, line 2 of one tercet rhymes with line 1 and 3 of the next tercet.